Hello, everybody. This is the Friday Support Call. I'm Stephen Carlson. Our host this week is Owen Donnelly. Owen lives in Northwest Ireland. In fact, I would even say the closest you can get to Northern Ireland without being part of Great Britain or the United Kingdom. So Owen has been working with the Sedona Method since 2013, and he mainly works as a counselor and therapist, and he focuses on the Sedona Method as a way of providing additional support to his clients. And in addition to that, I understand, Owen, you also do work with clients occasionally. So I'll let you take it over from here if you'd like. And
Thank you
for
very much,
hosting.
Stephen. Thank you. Yeah. So recently I have been doing some Sedona Method teaching specifically and enjoying that. Well, we just get started today with anybody. Mary, would you like to ask, share, or get assistance as you wish?
Yes, thank you so much, both of you. I've released on this a little bit on Wednesday, but I live with a family, have my own room, and there's a big dog that I get along with great, but who's untrained and needs a lot of help. And they about a month ago they brought home a 4.5-month-old huge golden lab puppy, and the whole dynamic of the whole house has changed. Everything has been gated off. The puppy's out of control. The huge dog doesn't like it. The wife and husband are at each other because neither one of them wants it, one of them doesn't. And I've been dealing with this day to day, thinking, okay, it's, we're going to work through this. But the other night I went out to eat dinner outside, and the lady had the puppy restrained, and but he got away from her. And so out of nowhere, this puppy, I want to reiterate, it's a massive puppy. It's not like a cute little teeny itty bitty dog. Came around a corner and lunged at me, and was really close to my face. And I turned really hard to the left to avoid the puppy from scratching or attacking my face, because he's been biting, or my food. And I've been rehabbing. I've had problems with my right shoulder, my right back, my right neck, a lot of injuries that I've been seeing a chiropractor for. The family knows it. They've been helping me even open jars and carrying heavy things just because of this. Anyhow, after that, I was in severe pain because it restrained all those muscles and more. And I was in horrible pain that night. And the whole next day, I had a horrific headache. And I thought, oh, dear God. And I thought, well, okay, just, I had calmed down. I'd released on it. And I thought, I just need to really reiterate to the family that I need to make sure, because I live on the patio. Well, I have been for the last couple of years I've lived here. We live on the patio during the nice weather here in Southern California. And I eat all my meals out there. And so I said to the wife, the husband was kind of around, but I said to her, I said, hey, I just need to let you know that when the puppy lunged at me last night, I said, I restrained everything. I've been in horrible pain last night and all of today. And she just looked at me and threw her hands in the air, and she said, oh, Mary, kind of like, oh, big deal, or I can't believe that, whatever. And I looked at her, I was stunned. I said, oh, Mary, I said, how about Oluka, which is the dog? I said, he was supposed to be restrained. And she came and got the dog. So she saw that he was in my face. I was cowering over my food. And she saw what happened.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God. It just like something snapped. And I went from really, really enjoying where I was living here, although I had a horrible last year with them trying to fix something for an entire year. So I hadn't been happy. That had calmed down. I had 1 month, and now all of a sudden the house is just absolute chaos again. And now I don't feel protected or supported. Now all of a sudden it feels like it's my problem, and now I'm cut off from the living room where I used to be able to go, the places to eat, in the kitchen where I used to be able to eat, the whole backyard. And now I don't even feel like I can ask them to restrain or the dog and get support in going anywhere in the house. So I'm all, and so yeah, so all of a sudden it's changed from me enjoying my living situation to me just wanting to leave, and because I'm like, I'm
And
in
so,
my bed. Yeah.
would you like to release some of the feelings around that, Mary?
Oh yes, please.
So just notice in this moment, Mary, what is most present, especially that's been stirred up even by sharing the story. So the feeling of not belonging there anymore, the feeling
Yeah.
of being cut off from comforts, cut off from space,
Yeah.
feeling of being misunderstood by your landlady, and that possibly the fear of that dog, that pup. So just could you allow those feelings to be here just as much as they are in this moment, as best you can?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm devastated too, because the big dog was a very huge emotional support to me.
Yes.
I've been cut off from them. From the couple, we used to chit chat, and no one's chit chatting anymore. But he's angry about the dog, and so I feel like I've been cut off. Yeah, from the people, the dog that I loved. Yeah, going anywhere in the house, and yeah, all those feelings. Yeah,
So a lot of a sense of loss there. You know, the
huge,
freedom of the
huge.
house, but you've also lost a sense of connection to the man and woman who own the house, and also to the dog that you felt an emotional comfort with, an emotional connection, and almost a therapeutic connection with.
Very definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Because I still don't get out of the house much. Thank God I'm starting to feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
here and there. But yeah, I feel like I've been cut off from
Yeah.
a lot, and all of us. Yeah. And the support. I was just shocked at her reaction to me, like it was my fault, like I was
Yeah.
making a big deal. And the other time where the dog had leapt on me, was standing up, and his claws just scratched down my whole leg, and I kept kind of screaming, "Ow, ow, ow!" And the husband finally came and got the dog, and there was just no apology. It was like it was no big deal. Thank God I had sweats on, but we're coming into spring and summertime here, and we're going to be in shorts and t-shirts, and you can't. And with a dog that bites and has claws and is absolutely out of control, and is making chaos with the other dog, and yeah.
Yeah, so notice
It,
all of that, the energy, the intensity of that experience, and the intensity of the story around it. And just for now, could you make some space for that within yourself, almost even within the body? Just could you, as best you can, allow an opening and the slightest sense of just allowing those feelings to be here, giving them permission to be here as best you can. And do that with your heart rather than your head. Just allow yourself to drop down into the heart area. Yeah. Yeah, just allowing yourself to feel those feelings, Mary. It's really, yeah. Just stay with the feelings as best you can, just allowing them to be here, allowing them to flow. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've lost good friends. Yeah, my support animal who, yeah,
Just stay with the releasing
yeah.
feeling that you're noticing. Just
Okay.
allow the emotion to be.
Okay. Okay.
Just drop down out of the head and out of
Okay.
the. Just allow
Okay.
the. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. And notice that there's already a small letting go has happened through that release of feeling.
Yeah.
You'll notice that there's and could you welcome that sense of opening, release of emotion?
Yeah.
And could you open to the possibility, Mary, that there's a solution that the mind could never think of, that there may be 1,000 solutions to this issue that the small mind can't find?
Yeah, I'm really open to that, and that brings great comfort and relief.
Yeah.
To,
So could you welcome that openness, that comfort and that relief? Could you really allow that to be here as best you can?
Yeah.
And could you allow that even more, just that openness, the possibility of comfort, relief, and a myriad of solutions that the mind can't conceive of, but that could be tumbling your way even as we speak.
Yeah.
And also notice, I've heard you share recently just the benefit that you've got from the Sedona Method. You just notice that, the feeling that this process of releasing will open up life and open up to the good and to relief and to peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
And could you welcome that sense? Allow that as best you can.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
And could you allow it a little more, that sense of relief and possibility?
Yeah.
And could you just continue to relax into that, into the relief feeling, the comfort feeling, the open feeling?
Yeah.
And even more, could you just allow that even more? Just allow, as best you can, the body to relax into that, to relax into comfort and relief and ease.
Yeah, that feels really good too, because I've been really tense about it. Yeah, I didn't think, yeah, that's really helpful as well.
Yeah. And so just a little more, just allowing yourself to relax into that and open to the possibility of relief and ease.
Yeah.
And notice the inner space that creates. Notice that the space opens up inside as you relax and notice relief and comfort.
Yeah, it does. I can feel that.
Lovely, lovely. Could you just notice that even more, the space that opens up within?
Yeah.
Does that feel okay for now, Mary? Just for this?
It does. Thank you so much, Owen. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks so much for sharing that and bringing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence, can you hear me? Hi, Lawrence.
Yes, I can. Loud and clear, Owen.
Good, good, good. So you have something you'd like to ask, share, or get assistance with? Yes?
Yeah, I'd like to get assistance with a bit of releasing on releasing.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Yeah, yeah.
Because there are approximately three emotional issues, which I've been releasing on for quite a while, on my own with assistance, and they seem very difficult to resolve. And so I'm beginning. Part of me is beginning to doubt either the methods or my own ability to resolve these things.
Yeah, so that's a really common thing, Lawrence. The doubt in the method. It's really common. And just exactly the way you described it, there's a doubt in the method, and there's a doubt in yourself that the method can't release this or I can't. So
yeah, and Yeah.
Yeah.
One or either one or both. Whatever.
So, just for now, and as best you can, could you notice just how doubting that, just the feeling of doubt, just to notice that feeling as best you can.
Yeah.
And also, could you notice that the doubt feels personal, that it feels like it's about you, Lawrence, about your story, about who you are, your
Yeah, and
identity.
my failure to release it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even that feeling that it's personal, that it's you that can't release, others can release, but you can't, that feeling of being separate and different. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's just me. Yeah.
Only me, just me. Yeah. And can you open us in this moment, Lawrence, to the possibility that even just by letting go, change can happen? Just by relaxing, opening, and letting go, change can happen. Positive.
It's certainly possible. I'm still open to that.
Yeah, yeah. So could you welcome both the feeling of doubt and also the openness to the possibility of releasing, creating change?
Both at once?
Yes, both at once. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's go back and forward between the two. So notice the sense of doubt as best you can.
Yeah.
And then could you notice a sense of openness to releasing being possible and releasing being successful?
Yes.
And then could you welcome the doubt and the distrust in the method and in yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. And then could you welcome the sense of openness, the sense of trust within yourself and in the method that there's a myriad of positive possibilities?
Yes.
And then again, just check and see if there's any remaining doubt.
It's distrust. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you welcome that feeling of distrust? Could you allow it?
Suspicion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But beautiful. So could you welcome that suspicious mind, distrusting and
Yeah.
suspicious?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then could you also welcome openness, freedom, expansion, boundlessness, infinite unconditional love?
Yeah.
And could you welcome suspicion, doubt, distrust, a sense of separation, being cut off, not being part of all the success?
Yeah.
And could you welcome a sense of openness and freedom and expansion?
Yeah.
And could you welcome any remaining doubt, suspicion, or distrust?
Yeah.
And could you welcome openness, freedom, and could you also welcome the beginning of a sense of loving kindness towards towards yourself, towards Lawrence, patience and kindness and love and gentleness?
Yes.
And could you welcome any remaining suspicion, doubt, and distrust?
There's not much becoming hard to access.
Lovely. Yeah, so could you welcome the self-acceptance and the openness, and the freedom, and the expansion, the feeling of boundless love?
Yes.
And could you open, Lawrence, in this moment to the possibility that everything is unfolding is exactly as it should? That all is well and everything is unfolding as it should.
That's still a stretch.
Okay. Yeah. So just notice, you notice there that you couldn't access the distrust, the suspicion, right? What are you noticing in this moment?
Oh, and well, in this moment, there's expansion, and there's also interestingly enough, the last statement triggered a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
It can't be as it should be if it's
Okay.
I don't know, if it's fear, frustration, or whatever. Yeah.
So could you notice again that allow yourself to go between both that feeling of resistance and then the feeling of expansion and openness. So just welcome as best you can that resistance that's been triggered. Just allow it up. Even say yes to it, even invite it in as best you can.
Yeah.
And then could you also welcome the expansion, the openness, the freedom?
Yeah.
And can you welcome the resistance, the saying no?
I just thought like all the issues are basically just memories.
Yeah, lovely.
So they're definitely not here right now.
Yeah.
It's just the expectation that they will come back again, and then.
So just for now, as best you can, could you let go of expecting that? Could you just drop that expectation that these things will return? Just let it dissolve a little.
Yeah.
And could you also welcome the insight that has risen spontaneously, that the insight that all the problems are in the past, that they're all just stories?
Yes.
And could you imagine the stories like a film, like a movie? And now the movie is over and it's saying the end and the credits are coming up and you're switching off your screen and you're realizing the movie is over.
Yeah.
And could you just let the movie be over? Could you let the story be over just for now and as best you can?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that feel now, Lawrence?
Very, very good. Feels complete. Thanks so much. I really enjoyed it.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing and thanks for bringing that, Lawrence. Thank you.
Take care, Owen.
You too. Thank you. Oh, does anyone else have anything they'd like to ask, share, or get assistance with? Marie-Francois, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Finances. They're just not looking good. I don't know if I'm not supposed to pay attention to what's in my bank account, or it's just all of it's just I need more money. I like today. It's just me always making do with small, tiny amounts. I think has got me into the thing of all I have to is small, tiny amounts. If I get more, it gets back to this kind of feast or famine, like it's, oh, I don't want to say that, but yeah, it feels, yeah, like, I don't know, it's crash and burn all the time. It's just, I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, so can you notice that just in this moment there's a feeling of shortage, a feeling of
Yes.
not enough?
Yes.
So could you allow that feeling to be here as best you can, the feeling of not enough, the feeling of shortage? Notice if there's any sensations that come with it, any constriction in the body, or any tightness in the thoughts and in the mind.
Yes.
So could you make room for it? Could you allow those thoughts of shortage to be here and the feelings and the sensations that come with it? Could you just allow them to be here as best you can?
Yes.
And just for now, really open to the sensations and the feelings that come with shortage, that come with those thoughts. And just allow those to be welcome and allowed as best you can.
Yes.
And also notice if there's any wanting to do anything with or about the feelings and thoughts, any wanting to push them away, any wanting to hold them close, any wanting to figure them out or fix them. Just notice if there's,
Yes.
yeah. And could you welcome that as well, the wanting to figure out and fix? Could you welcome that?
Yes.
And could you notice how that creates another type of clenching and tightness and constriction and contraction, the wanting to figure it out, that furrows the forehead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So just for now, could you release that? Could you allow the forehead to relax and just allow the wanting to be here the way it is without fighting it? Just as best you can, just for this moment, not for all time, for this moment.
Yes.
Lovely. Lovely. And also check and see if it feels personal, that it's about you, that this is happening to Marie-Francois, and that it's happened to you in a way that's different from others.
Yes.
And so just for now, could you let go of wanting to be different in that way? Could you just open to the possibility that this is a really shared human experience, the feeling of shortage as an energy that builds up in many people? Just open to that possibility.
Yes.
And also notice what's here right now. Notice what there is that's present in this moment. Even notice the air that you're breathing. You just notice that there's an abundance of air in this moment. Notice that there's lots and lots to breathe.
Yes.
And just allow that abundant breath to flow as best you can in this moment. Just to allow the abundance of breath to flow.
Yes.
And could you allow that even more? Just allowing the abundance of breathing, the abundance of breath to flow in and out, to flow up and around and through the body mind.
Yes.
And as you allow that breathing, that abundant breathing to flow, could you just allow everything else to fall away? Could you allow all the muscles of the body to relax? And could you allow even that sense of shortage to begin to break up and crumble and unravel and dissolve? It's just as best you can, and just for this.
Yes.
And again, just as I was asking Lawrence, you're very familiar with the world of movies and films. Just imagine the story of shortage was a movie, and the movie is now over. The credits are popping up, and the words "the end" are appearing on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So could you open to the possibility that the story of shortage is just in the past? It's just a memory. It's over. Just for now, and as best you can.
So I'm watching a movie and the credits are rolling.
Yeah, so the movie of shortage is over. The movie
The
of
movie.
shortage is over. and you're just noticing the credits, and you're just relaxing. You're about to switch off your device, or you're about to leave the cinema, and you know it's over.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so could you just welcome that feeling? That story is over. Yeah.
Oh, it was a movie I starred in, right? Okay.
The movie you starred in is
I wrote it.
you maybe even wrote it. Yeah.
Oh, producer. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
It had great special effects and production value and everything. It felt so real. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. So notice that breath, that feeling of relief you're noticing. Could you welcome that, Marie-Francois, that feeling of releasing it?
yes.
Could you really allow that to flow, that feeling of releasing and letting go and dissolving?
Yes.
And could you allow that to happen even more? That feeling of it all falling away, that feeling of relief, please.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's that like now, Marie-Francois?
I feel lighter.
Lovely.
Nothing.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So does that feel complete for now?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing, Marie-Francois, and thank you for the laughter as well. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So, Sanjana.
Hi.
Hi, Sanjana.
Actually, I need help.
Yes, go ahead.
I need help with welcoming the emotions after overeating. I just ended up overeating the food.
Welcome the emotions after. I didn't hear the second piece.
Overeating the food.
Okay, welcome the emotions after you've eaten the food. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like you're noticing a wanting to eat the food and also a resistance to eating the food.
I am a little new to this.
Yeah, so you're wanting to eat, and then you're angry with yourself for eating. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So could you notice that feeling in this moment, that feeling that I shouldn't have done this, feeling of perhaps guilt or anger, self-punishment?
No, I'm okay with what I have done, but there is a doubt. How will I have the desired weight or maintain it?
Okay. Yeah, so that feeling of doubt, could you allow the feeling of doubt to be here?
Yes.
And then could you open to the possibility that everything will work out perfectly?
Yes.
And could you welcome any remaining doubt or distrust?
There's a holding
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so could you just notice that holding and allow it as best you can, just for now?
How to allow the holding?
Pardon, Sanjana?
How to allow the holding sensation?
Yeah, so one way of allowing it is just to notice it, just pay attention to where you're feeling it. Just pay attention to it as though you're just allowing the mind and the heart to focus together on the sensation.
Yes.
You could do that a little bit more. Just really notice it. Just allow yourself to notice feeling as fully as you can, just as best you can, just for now. Just allow noticing and paying attention.
The fear is coming up.
And some fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah. So could you just notice the fear in the same way? Just allow yourself to pay attention to it. Notice that the fear has a feeling and that it probably has body sensations as well. So just allow yourself to notice the feeling of fear. And notice also that there's possibly a fear of the fear. And notice that as well as best you can. Really paying gentle attention and noticing the fear. Just for now and as best you can, Sanjana.
The mind is chattering a lot and there's a hurry to release.
Yeah, yeah. So could you give the mind permission just to do exactly what it's doing?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you imagine this mind is like a small child and it needs some care and love? Just imagine the mind like a small child who needs to be fed and held, cuddled, soothed.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you noticing right now, Sanjana?
There are sensations and the fear is still there.
Okay. So the sensations and the fear and any of the difficulties you've described, if they were all to completely disappear, what would be here now?
Safety and peace.
And can you get any sense of that safety and peace? Can you connect in with it a little bit with safety and peace?
Yes.
And can you open even more to that, Sanjana? Could you allow a real opening to feelings of safety and peace? Could you allow a relaxing into those feelings of safety and peace?
Yes.
So how does that feel now, Sanjana?
I'm just feeling okay with the
Yeah.
present.
Yeah, lovely. So does that feel complete for now, Sanjana?
Yes.
Lovely. So thank you very much for sharing. Thanks for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjana. So Natalie. Hi, Natalie.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. So have
Thank
you
you for
something you'd
doing.
like to ask, share, or get assistance with, Natalie?
Yes, I do need some assistance.
Okay.
I've been working on letting go of wanting control for so long that this one crept up on me, and it's the wanting to be controlled.
Yes, yes.
And I feel that once I'm in this mode, I can't break away from it. It's almost like it's more powerful than me, and I
Yes,
can't
yes.
really feel it. I just see it affecting my life.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And so much of that is present right in this moment, Natalie. What are you noticing right now as we speak?
It's just a little nervous that I'm like the attention is on me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's start with that feeling of nervousness and tension. Could you just allow yourself to pay attention to that, to notice it, allow it, even to welcome it?
Yeah.
And could you also notice that feelings like that trigger a wanting to control, a wanting to be safe, a wanting to manage things?
Yeah.
So could you allow that to be here, that wanting? Could you even welcome it, especially?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. And could you do that a little more? Just allow a welcoming feeling for all of that. Allow an opening and a welcoming.
Yeah.
Could you allow that even more? Could you allow even the heart to open and just allow a feeling of welcoming everything that you're experiencing? Do it all.
Everything.
Everything, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah. So could you notice that it's both scary and also there's a sense of relief in it as well at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you just notice the scary feeling and also notice the opening feeling that's happening at the same time?
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah. Could you allow kindness to shine on all of that that's happening? Could you allow there to be kindness towards that? Gentleness, softness.
Yeah, I can.
Lovely. Beautiful. Yeah. Could you allow that even more, that kindness, that gentleness, that softness? Could you allow that even more in this moment, as best you can?
Yeah, there's a lot of gentleness here, yeah.
Yeah. So could you just notice that? Just pay attention to it gently, really gently. Pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's
Yeah.
different now.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. And could you just notice that difference? Just allow that difference and really welcome that difference.
Yeah, when I start comparing how it felt before, there's more fear coming up.
Yeah. So could you notice both the fear and also you notice how it's a little bit like your background? It's a little bit like infinite space opening up and distant stars and the beauty of space. Could you notice that it's both at the same? Those feelings, but also that openness to the infinity.
It's almost like I can either focus on one or the other, but not both.
Okay. And so let's go back and forward between the two and spend a little bit of time with both. So just notice whatever pops up first, whether it's the fear or the expansion, just notice. Just start with the fear, just notice the fear as best you can.
Okay.
And then notice that new feeling, that expansion and openness and relaxation. Just that sense of space.
Mm.
And then notice again the fear and the tightness, the contraction.
Okay.
And then notice expansion, openness, boundlessness, completeness, space, loving kindness.
Yeah.
And then could you notice any remaining fear or contraction, tightness?
Okay.
And then could you notice any expansion, any openness, any sense of freedom or space and loving kindness, the light of loving kindness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. And could you welcome that feeling of relief? Could you really allow that to be here? Bet you can.
Yeah, I'm resisting it a little bit. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Okay. Could you allow both? Could you allow the little bit of resistance, and could you also allow the relief and openness? Completely natural that there's a little bit of resistance to it. It's completely natural.
I feel like I need to do something with it.
Yeah, of course, of course. And notice that feeling of needing to do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
notice the feeling of needing to do something and give that some attention as well. And then also open to what it would feel like to need to do nothing.
Yeah, I don't really know what's happening right now.
That's okay. That's okay. Just check and see, can you allow yourself just to go with it? It's almost, it sounds like it's a feeling of doing nothing and being everything. Just check and see what that would feel like, to do nothing and be everything. Just to be life, to be
Yeah,
expansion, to be openness, to do nothing and be everything. I invite everybody in the group to check out what that would feel like, to do nothing and be everything, just for a moment.
that feels great.
Yeah. Yeah, to do nothing and be everything.
I like that feeling.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. So could you welcome that feeling, just really open to it as best you can in this moment? To doing nothing and being everything.
Yeah, it feels very simple and still.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah, simple. Which is the essence of the Sedona Method. Simple. So again, I'm going to invite the whole group to join with Natalie in doing nothing and being everything. Doing nothing and being everything. So does that feel complete, Natalie?
Yeah, like what happened? Yeah. Like I feel like I can respond to anything, and it's like it's not foreign. It's like I'm extended into everything.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, so thank you for bringing that, and thank you for participating in that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie.
It matched your backdrop that you're in space.
This was great. Thank you so much.
Well, this is interesting. I've noticed that Owen has dropped out of the call.
Oops.
Oops, exactly. And here he comes back in. There we go. Great to have you back, Owen. I think Natalie became everything and you became nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that.
Oh, Owen was complete, so he just decided to leave.
It's like I was like, Owen said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Funny.
Indeed. Lex writes to all of us, what an amazing call. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lex. Thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you, everybody, for participating and sharing. Thank you. That was lovely.
Thank you, Owen.
Thank you, guys.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, then I'm going to
Everybody.
stop.
Do nothing, be everything.
No, thank